Hi guys, it is Thursday and welcome to part 2 of my Backlist Readathon vlog. So I was just going to let you know that I started and finished Braving the Wilderness by Brene Brown last night, and it's a short book. It meets the challenge of the shortest book on my backlist. So it was, I think, just around 200 pages, maybe a little more. I'm not 100% positive, but it was a book that it was my first Brene Brown, and I've heard a lot of good things about her, and there was a lot of good, interesting tidbits and insights into setting boundaries and self-acceptance and self-confidence and the importance of community. There was just a lot of really good bits and bobs in there, but I felt like the book kind of lacked a cohesive point. Like, I don't really know. Braving the wilderness is kind of just like braving the tough stuff and putting yourself out there, but also protecting yourself. It was just a very interesting book that I feel like could have used a little more honing in on what the point was. If it was more self-acceptance or community. She talks a lot about like dehumanization of other people, and she just it's covers so much that it feels a little unfocused. So for me, it was 3 stars because there were parts of it that I thought were really insightful and great, but then my overall takeaway, I'm kind of just like, I don't really know what the overall takeaway is. So 3 stars for that one. Now that means the only one left on my TBR is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. So I'm going to start that later. Let's see. Yesterday, I didn't update on life really. We went to lunch with my dad and then we came home and it was beautiful. So, not beautiful. It was like 55, but it was sunny and we have rain forecasted now for the next 10 days. So we went outside, did sidewalk chalk, that kind of stuff, came in, planned to take naps, but then my brother came to finish our outside stairs right before nap time, and the stairs go right below my daughter's room. So she did no napping, and so that was whatever. And then my dad came over because they'd been gone. My mom and dad had been gone for 5 or 6 weeks, and so he hadn't seen our house now that we have all moved in. So he came over again for a little bit, and then we made dinner, or I made dinner. We ate dinner, and that was about it. And I worked on editing last night's vlog. So if you haven't seen part 1, go check that out. But now today we got up and we had a plumber come because we've got a few faucets and things that are leaking, and so get all that taken care of. And then we did a pregnancy Pilates class on YouTube, and that was fun. And then now we are at the library, and so we are going to do story time with some of our friends, and then go to lunch with my husband, go pick up groceries, and then go home. And I think we'll be home for the rest of the afternoon. It hasn't started raining yet, but it's very gray and kind of gross. So I think this afternoon's probably just going to be hunkering down and hopefully in reading It Ends With Us. It's my first Colleen Hoover, and I'm super... Okay, guys, well, my phone just rang while I was filming a clip, and that's never happened to me before, so I don't know what happened, but it cut me off. So I don't know what I was in the middle of but the plan for this afternoon is to go home after lunch, after groceries, read It Ends With Us during nap time, and hopefully get a good chunk in. I'm super excited to pick up Colleen Hoover for the first time, so I will keep you posted. Talk later. Bye. Hey guys, so it's about 4:30, and clearly I just woke up from a nap. My daughter's in her room still just reading books. She's up, but so I'm gonna make this quick so I can go get her. But during that, before I fell asleep, I read about 100 pages of It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and so far I'm really liking it. It's told in like dual timelines of when she's in high school. I think it's high school and present day as well. Really kind of 3 timelines, because it's told like high school age, and then like present day, and then present day 6 months ago. So told in 3 timelines. I'm really intrigued to see kind of how it all wraps together. So far I'm liking this. It's about 375 pages, so I don't think I'll finish it tonight. I am just not feeling great today. I don't know, but you guys, so we went to the library, on my last clip, and like all the toys were gone, and they said, that they are putting everything away because of all the concerns about the coronavirus. And this morning I woke up to somebody had tagged me in an article about Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson having it, because they know I love Tom Hanks so much, and just the widespread panic. I don't understand, which is making me even more worried because like we don't have cable or anything. So we looked up at the CDC website, and it says that most cases are very mild, or even no symptoms. So I don't understand why things like our local college has been, spring break has been extended. They're only doing online classes. I think all the big colleges in the state have done that. They have yet to decide what they're going to do about the elementary schools. Kansas City's St. Patrick's Day festivities have all been canceled. My husband has an annual conference for work, and it's in Portland this year, and it's like mid-April, and it's been canceled. And I just don't understand, and I feel like everybody knows something that I don't. And so my anxiety is kind of like through the roof. And then today I'm not feeling great, and I think it's just pregnancy stuff, like having a few Braxton Hicks, just kind of feeling tired. But then I'm like, do I need to go get tested? Like, I don't know. It's really freaking me out. So anxiety is high, but yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm going to read more of It Ends With Us after dinner, and then tonight to go to bed. But I probably will not finish it, so I will get on tomorrow and update. Tomorrow is Friday, thank goodness, and I will get on then and update and let you know what I think. For everybody who watches my vlogs regularly, I found the mother lode. I had lost all of my glasses in the move, and I didn't know which box I had put them in, and so that's why I've been wearing my sunglasses rain or shine when I drive, because I need glasses for distance. And here they are, found the mother lode. So I have my glasses back. Whoop whoop. Hey guys, I just wanted to get on really quick. It's like 7:45, and after dinner I started reading this book instead, Great with Child, and Letters to a Young Mother. It's by Beth Ann Finley, and it's a really interesting book. It's a nonfiction about a woman who she taught poetry. I think she was a college professor, taught poetry, and one of her students was writing about her mom, who was undergoing a fight with cancer, and her mom ended up passing away right around the time that this professor had her first child. And so now it's a few years later, they've kept in touch, and the student is about to have her first child, and she's kind of feeling lonely because her parents are both gone. And so this woman takes on kind of a motherly role to her, and even though I don't think she's that much older, but so she says the goal is to write her a letter every day, and she doesn't quite do that, but a couple a week. And these are the letters that she writes to Kathleen, this woman who is about to become a mother. And it starts when she's in her first trimester, and then there's tons and tons of letters. And it's just, I'm really, really enjoying it. Some of these things are kind of hit and miss, but it's just like from one woman to another, a woman who has been through it recently. Like, it talks about weight gain and body image issues. It talks about the bond you feel with your child. It talks about like your marriage and how it is affected. And it's just so many good things. And I think especially for a first-time mom, this would be a great read. So I'm 35 pages in, and it's only like 200 and a little over 200, so it'll read quick, and it is just letters, and each letter is 2 or 3 pages long. So I'll probably just keep picking this up as the week goes on. We have just been kind of sitting by the computer and phone, really watching all the coronavirus things get canceled. And so now we are, like I said earlier, in like a 10-day rain thing. Our schools have not canceled yet. Our college has, though, so I'm guessing the schools will come. But so, and then all like indoor play places are canceled or are closed. And so there's going to be a lot of parents with they can't go to work because they've got kids. It's spring break here, so kids are home anyway. And you can't go to any like public school place. And I don't know. I think I am definitely a fan of better safe than sorry. I'm confused, and I feel like my anxiety is rising, because what don't I know? Why am I not, like, should I be freaking out about this more? And like, we got a bunch of books. My daughter picked a bunch more books from the library, and books are like the germiest things. So should I not let her read them? And like, book lovers, tell me what your thoughts are. Do you go to the library in times like these? Do you just buy books? But how do you know anything? I mean, these germs can live forever, and this is just making me into more of a germaphobe than I already was. So I guess just wash your hands quite a bit. So, clearly it's time for bed. So my husband's doing bath time, and I'm going to read a little bit more and then go up to bed as well. So we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, it is Friday. Woohoo! So today has been kind of busy already. It's like 11:15, and this morning I finished It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and I really liked it. I think probably 4.5 stars. I really liked it. I thought there were times that were so frustrating, but so realistic. This book does deal quite heavily with domestic abuse, so trigger warning for that. If that's something you don't like to read about, this one, it would not be for you. But so again, just as that situation is from the outside, it's very easy to be like, get out of this situation. And so it's frustrating, but it's so much harder to actually get out. So it was frustrating in a good, emotional, hard-hitting way. There is one thing that is keeping me from giving it a 5-star, and it's really just my personal pet peeve. I hate pregnancy things. I'm not going to go too much into that, but it's a pregnancy thing that I really hate. And again, it's just that coming from somebody who has struggled with fertility, and there's a lot of pregnancy tropes that are very sensitive to me. So that is the only thing keeping it from being a 5-star. There's an author's note in the back where Colleen Hoover is talking about her mom's experience with domestic abuse, and I just thought the main character in this story and her mother, they just seem like such strong women that do what's best, even if it's not what's easiest, and not even by far. I mean, it is way easier. And there's a quote in there that I wish I had the book right by me, but it's talking about how so often it's so excruciatingly hard to break out of a routine, whatever that may be, whether talking about abuse or so many other things. It's so hard to break out of a routine. So instead we just see the cycle repeat, getting gradually more lax on our limits. And I just thought it was a very, very good book. So I need to write my review about that on Goodreads. And then I think I might start the second in the Losing It series, trilogy, whatever it is, because I have officially hit all my challenges for the Backlist Readathon. That was the It Ends With Us is the one I was most excited about, as well as recommended by other people, because so many people have recommended Colleen Hoover to me, and I'm so excited to pick up more of her stuff. I've heard that she kind of does both, like hard-hitting and not, and more like lighter romance, and this was definitely one of the hard-hitting ones, and so I would like to try one of her more just romance ones. I'm glad I found a new author that I really like, so I think I'll pick up the second one. I think it's Finding It is on audio, so I'll do that and then continue to read my Great with Child letters in that book, and that'll be that. So the readathon is officially done, but I'm going to see how much more I can get read this weekend. It's going to be doom and gloomy, and there's nothing going on this weekend because everything has been canceled. The parade, the race, all of that has been canceled. Any indoor play facilities have been canceled or closed. The school board's meeting today at noon to decide what to do with the K through 12 kids, because we just had spring break, so now do they come back or not? The universities are not coming back, so everything from like MOPS may or may not be canceled because we don't have any child care providers since the university is not coming back to school. I just don't know how this is all going to function. And I want to clarify what I said earlier, that I am not at all critical of what's going on. I think that taking more precaution is always good. If I just am very confused and don't truthfully don't understand, because in Kansas we've had like one confirmed case, or just a few confirmed cases, none in my county, none in the counties surrounding us. So I just am confused why we don't do this with influenza A, with H1N1, with all the other things. So again, not being critical, I know there are so many people working, like doctors and healthcare providers working on the front lines of this, that are just heroes and so brave, and doing stuff that I just commend them so greatly. So, again, that's what's going on today. This morning, the reason it's been kind of crazy is because I finished that book while my daughter was eating breakfast, and worked on, I have a scrapbook for both kids. I did weekly photos until she turned a year, and then now I do monthly. And for the baby, I do weekly pregnancy photos and just other journaly things. So I'd gotten some stuff from Walgreens and was working on that while she was eating breakfast after I finished. And then we went to, one of my friends was getting rid of her double stroller. So her kids are all older now, and so it's been well loved. And so I wanted to look at it before we bought it and make sure that it was still good, nice and functional, and it was. And it's a double bob stroller, and I was looking at what those retail. They're like $650 for a stroller. So I was very, very, very thankful to be able to find one from a friend and not pay $650. And so we got that, and my husband came with us to look, because there's a couple things that kind of need a little TLC, so I wanted to make sure he could do that, and he can. So we got that, got home, just did another exercise class, because that is a fun thing for us both. It's really fun. It's a little different when you've got a toddler like on you, but hold on guys, she's standing in the rocking chair. Anyway, so we did that this morning, and then did this exercise class. Now I'm going to go write my review on Goodreads, and then we're going to go get my grandmother for lunch, and then we are going to go, which, by the way, I don't know how much longer we'll be able to go out to lunch, because our restaurant's going to stay open. That seems to be one of the germiest spots, so I don't know. But then I'm going to go to Walgreens and get some more pictures, go to UPS and drop some stuff off, and then come home. And between 12 and 5, our oven guy is coming, because our oven, we just moved into this house, ran a gas line, bought a brand new oven, and if I turn on the oven, it smells like gas. And so I had our plumber guy come back and look and see if the gas line was maybe not hooked up correctly, and he said it's a problem with the oven. So called the oven repair people. They had to call LG. LG had to pick somebody different, blah, 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 blah. So finally today, somebody is coming between 12 and 5, which, thank you for such a narrow window, to look at our oven and see if it can be fixed or if it just needs to be replaced, even though it's a brand new oven. So we'll see what's going on with that. And that's just going to be the rest of the day. Tonight's leftovers night again. And whoop, whoop, I'm so excited. Like Friday, leftovers night, it's just bliss. So that's the plan for the rest of the day, and we will get on and talk to you later when I have an update on something. So we'll talk then. Bye. Hey guys, so we are at my mom and dad's right now. This afternoon, the oven guy came and basically said our brand new oven is not good, but the people we bought it from are not being very friendly. And so they said, well, he has to order the parts and at least try to fix it first. So he's ordering a whole new circuit board and gonna try to completely overhaul this brand new oven that we just bought. So that's awesome. He said basically there's no temperature control. So if you turn it on, he said it was at 500 degrees when it was set at 300 and something. So that's great. So that happened. So I didn't get a whole lot of reading done. I did start faking it, but then the guy was also very boisterous, and so nap time didn't go very well. Then my car has been in the shop because it has been without, only the driver's side gets heat or AC. And it's been something that has been a project that has not gotten done for about a year. So I took it in. There were also three recalls on my Jeep. It's a Jeep Grand Cherokee. 3 recalls, and one of them they don't have the parts, 2 of them they fixed. So it's been a lot of running around, and now we are just out at my parents' to hang out for a little bit because there was no napping, so it's still early. It's like 4:15. And like I said, tonight's leftovers night. So at my parents' house, there's a toy box and stuff with all different toys than normal. So I think my daughter's gonna play here for a little bit, and I might read just while I've got her entertained. And so I think that's what we're gonna do. And then I will check in maybe later tonight, maybe tomorrow, whenever I have a good update. So that's the plan. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, it's Saturday, and I'm gonna call it day one of quarantine because this whole town is shut down pretty much. So we just have been hanging out at the house. This morning my mom came over and pretty much played with my daughter so I could get some organization done, and I got so much done. It feels really, really, really good to finally get some stuff organized and kind of put away for sure. We've still got a few things that are out, they don't quite have a home yet, but we're getting there. So feels really good. This morning I also finished Faking It by Cora Carmick, and this is the second in the series, and I think I called it Finding It, which is the third one. I'm not sure, but it is Faking It, and this one is Cade's story. And Cade is one of my favorite characters from the first book. So he was Bliss's best friend, and he's just kind of like, he seems like the kind of guy that just always gets friend zoned. And in this one we get his story. I gave it 3 stars because I felt like it was kind of like insta love. I mean, more insta lust. I don't know. It was more insta love for me. And I also thought the girl was very much the not your typical girl trope. And I just don't really like that. This book did have a lot more depth than the first one did, and like she especially has some darker issues that she's dealing with that I appreciated. And this one also is a little steamier than the first one, at least in my memory of it. So overall it was 3 stars. I still love Cade, and I really liked getting to see his story. And I just didn't love the main female as much just because she was kind of that tropey character. And this one just felt a little more like typical or cheesy or something. So it just wasn't the best for me, but I still am excited to read book 3, and I enjoyed it. It was entertaining nonetheless. So that is what I have finished today. Let's see what else has been going on. Last night we went to, I don't know what we did. We ate dinner, and then I kind of read some more of that Great with Child, and just kind of hung out. And then, so I don't know if I've talked about this on the vlog, or on any of my vlogs, but my daughter, she will not say I love you to me only, but it's because she thinks I love you means like, it's like a departing thing, because we always say I love you when we leave. And so like at night she'll say love you daddy, like before he leaves, and then I stay with her. Or she'll say love you to people when they leave. And so with me, if we ever like try to say love you mama, she'll say no mama, no, stay. And she doesn't want to, like, she just associates it with leaving. So last night I was laying with her in bed like I do every night to put her down, and I was telling her, like I was kissing her and telling her how much I love her. And she said, mama loves you, mama loves you. And she started saying it, and I like almost broke down in tears right there in her bed, because like she's 2 in a month. I mean, she's almost 2 in 2 months. And this is really the first time she has ever like said, I love you to me explicitly. So that is really, really fun. And I think she's kind of understanding that it's a term of endearment outside of just leaving. So that is really exciting. That was a good way to end the day yesterday. And then today, like I said, we've just been working around the house, and then we got Subway for lunch, because right now they're doing buy one get one free footlongs if you do it through the app. And I saw that somewhere, and like, that's awesome. So we got, I mean, all of us fed, because I split mine with my daughter, and then just had a couple extra things here at the house to kind of round out the meal. And so all of us ate for just over $9, and so that was awesome. Now it's like 1 o'clock maybe, and we're gonna work a little bit more around the house. I'm in the middle of a couple projects, and then I think I'm gonna try to read more of that Great with Child, And then like I have less than 100 pages, or right around 100 pages left, so I should be able to finish that today. But it's also super gloomy, really rainy and gray and very cold, and so it's perfect napping weather. And this morning my husband had a men's breakfast at the church, so I had to get up at normal time and like just get ready for stuff. So I got up about 5:45. So I like am like a 2-year-old too. By the time 2:30 hits, I'm like ready for a zone out nap time. So I'm going to try to read that, but if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. The third book is Finding It by Cora Carmack, and it's on Scribd. And I think I might listen to that just because, like I said, I have that other physical book going, and I just kind of want to round out the series. And then I have there is a novella, I guess, between book 2 and 3, but it goes back to Garrett and Bliss, and it was, or Garrick and Bliss, and it was only available on Cora Carmack's website, and now I can't find it. So I'm just going to skip that and then read book 3, and then I think there is a novella after book 3. So hopefully I can get both of those done today. If I could get Finding It and the novella done today, that would be a great way to round out the week. Like I said, I'm kind of done with the Backlist Readathon, although these are all Backlist books, so I suppose they count. I've met all the challenges. That's awesome. I love finishing series, so we could call this next one another one I'm excited for. I don't think there's any blue on the cover, but anyway, so that is that. I need to go tonight. We're having fish tacos, and then I like to make coleslaw to go on top of them, and so I really need to make the coleslaw like now, so it's like soft and good and all the flavors have marinated by tonight, and I'm just so not in the mood. So we may end up doing just a random smorgasbord dinner, or I may just like get off my derriere and go do it. Ugh. Cooking has just not been my strong suit lately. Normally I love it, but lately I'm just like not motivated to do it. And I think I don't know why it is, but anyway, that's not why we're here. I will just check in later. Bye. I did it. I made the stinking coleslaw. Hey guys, so I'm laying in my room right now and I'm listening to Finding It, Faking It, the third in the Cora Carmack series, and I am listening on Scribd, and you can only go to 2 times speed, and I'm not sure who the narrator is, but I'll put it somewhere on the screen, and she just is like very slow reading, and so I've been listening at like 2.5 to like 2.75 on Libby, and so now I feel like reading at 2 is just so like almost painfully slow that I think I might pick it up physically. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. As you saw, I was awesome and made coleslaw, which means now I get to lay down and do nothing until my daughter gets up. And the other thing though is I got free Candy Crush Lives. So do I listen on 2 times speed, or do I pick it up physically and get more done? I really would like to finish Great with Child and the Cora Carmack series by tomorrow, so I should probably pick up the book physically maybe, and so I can get more done quicker. But I don't know, guys. Candy Crush is pretty awesome. So we'll talk later. Hi guys, so it's Sunday and I just thought I'd get on real quick. It's about 11:30 and last night I finished Finding It by Cora Carmack, and I'm going to give this 3 stars. It was the third and final book in the series, and this is about Kelsey, who was Bliss's roommate in the first book. And so Kelsey was the one who like tried to get her to go out to find a guy to lose her virginity, and Kelsey is just very dramatic and privileged and superficial, and unfortunately like there's a couple times, or really once that I can think of in here, where she's like, whoa, like kind of check yourself. But for the most part, like I just did not like her, because she is just so like, she's running this whole book, she's running around Europe on daddy's dime, and just because she's done with college and doesn't know what to do with herself, and she's just like she just is so privileged, and only once does she ever even acknowledge like that privilege is a good thing. Other times she's just like, it's like she's half doing this to discover herself and half doing it just to make her parents mad. So while she's there in Europe, she meets a guy, and actually another American named Hunt, and he is a former Army, I think. I don't know. He is a former military soldier, and they kind of have a like bantery, not really hate to love, but he's like almost semi stalking her and like kind of trying to protect her, and she's just wanting her freedom. So it's their relationship, and I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Like I said, I just didn't like the main character, and that kind of has been a trend in these books. That like the first one I really did like, and I think it's because I like kind of like unrequited friend love, and then I also like forbidden romances. But then the second one was the trope of not your typical girl, and then this one is kind of enemies to lovers, and then also just, you know, this very privileged girl trying to find herself. And so it was okay. I'm currently in the middle of Seeking Her, I think, which is the last novella. I think it's like 120, 130 pages, and it is Hunt's story before he met Kelsey, and like as their relationship is starting. I don't want to say a whole lot about it because there is a twist in the end of finding it, but I saw it coming from the very beginning. Like as soon it has to do with Hunt, and as soon as we meet him, I mean, it seems obvious to me, and I don't know if it was supposed to be a big shocker or if it was supposed to be obvious. But so the end was just kind of like, okay, just another reason for her to be dramatic, because boy, was she dramatic. She was over the top, just everything, so much angst. And she spoke so often in like these exaggerated metaphors that I just was like annoyed with her. And by the time that she finally did recognize her privilege, I was so annoyed and like over her that I was like, yeah. And it's like a glaringly obvious, like, girlfriend, your life's not that bad. So that was that. And then, like I said, I'm 60% of the way through Seeking Her. I just looked at my phone because I was just reading it for a little bit. So yeah, so last night I ended up listening to the Finding It and playing Candy Crush because I can't resist. And I just thought, well, oh well. So that's what we did. But then I got up and started like working on stuff, and then dinner was long and complicated. Like I said, I made fish sticks fish tacos with coleslaw, and it just takes forever because you do it in the air fryer. And so like for us, it took 3 batches to do 2 pounds of fish. And so each batch is like 20 minutes. So it was me standing there like breading things for like an hour. So I had my earphone in, and so I listened to a lot then, and then went to bed and finished it up. So that was good. Last night was good. Just doing that kind of stuff around the house. Again, with my anxiety, I thrive on routines. And so I'm really just like thrown off by the fact that we can't go anywhere to eat really, because if you do, it's so risky supposedly. Which for our family, my husband's in his 30s and healthy. My daughter's 2 and healthy, and I am 30 and pregnant. So I guess I'm the one that's at the highest risk here. But in general, our family is relatively low risk. And so that is nice. I know there's so many people and even friends who have immunocompromised kiddos who they really need to take this very seriously. And I just am not quite sure how serious we need to be. Like yesterday, I did Hy-Vee grocery pickup, but where we are, we have Hy-Vee, Walmart, and then like a Kroger store for grocery stores. And and they all carry different things. Like I swear they plan together. So I did a Hy-Vee pickup yesterday. I'm doing Walmart today, and there's a couple things I need from our Kroger store, and I'm like scared to go get them. And just this culture of fear really like it just eats at me. And so school has been canceled for at least 2 weeks through the 30th of March. And that doesn't impact me a whole lot just because my daughter is 2 and I stay at home with her. But it means all of our plans for the week have pretty much been canceled as well. So it's a weird, like I know there's a lot of free online resources for parents to do educational things with their kids, but it all seems a little bit old for her. So it just, I have a lot of anxiety about slowing down and staying home and being in the house all day. And the weather's terrible. So it's like, I just really hope this doesn't spiral into me getting overly anxious or, because like I've said, and like my channel name, like I like to be always booked. I like to be busy. I like to have a lot of plans. And so the fact that I can't is just really like stressing me out. And somebody from our city, like she's within the city government, she said, don't be surprised if it's 8 weeks. And that just for me is like, not that, I mean, I just don't know how I'm going to deal with that. And that's my own problem, my own anxiety. Yeah. So hopefully the weather will get nicer so at least we can go outside and play outside a little bit. But like, do I take her to the park or is the park a problem? And I just don't know. So this coronavirus thing is really, really scary. So hope everybody is staying safe and washing your hands and doing everything you need to do. And I hope those that are impacted by it have quick healing. So all of that to say that this morning, then we slept in a little bit. And for me, sleeping in is like 6:45, so that was nice. Got up, kind of did slow stuff, and wrote my review on Finding It. And the baby today is in a very awkward position, and it's like I don't think it's dropped because I'm only like almost 28 weeks, so that would not make sense to have dropped yet, but it's putting a lot of pressure on my pelvis and like almost kind of making me lightheaded. So I did not get up and work out like I normally do. I finally went about 9:50 or 10 o'clock, I don't know, and did some exercise, and that kind of helped, I guess. I think it just more helped my mental state, but yeah, so I don't know. We're trying to like move it to make it put a little less pressure on whatever it's putting pressure on that's making me kind of woozy and weird feeling. So that's going on. The other thing last night, so yesterday I meal planned because like I said, I've been hating cooking. And so I thought, well, if I have a plan, then at least I won't be like flying by the seat of my pants, which I kind of have been doing. But then I remembered I'm not supposed to use my oven. So that I was planning to make like a casserole so we could eat on that for at least a couple days, and that could kind of get me off the hook for a little bit longer, just because everything I've been making has been stovetop or like sandwiches or omelets or things that you don't really have like leftovers. And so now with us eating lunch and dinner, all of us eating lunch and dinner at home, it's like so much cooking. And so I was going to make a big casserole, and I can't use my oven. So I think tonight we're going to do stir fry, and then tomorrow we might go over to my mom and dad's in the morning, and so I can make a casserole. I don't know. We have no other plans, of course. So yeah, this is just a wine fest. If you guys have any tips, tricks, what are you guys doing? Is your job affected by this coronavirus outbreak? I think my husband he's still planning to work. He just for sure won't be traveling, so that's nice. For at least a couple weeks. They are on a travel ban, so that's good. Okay, let's regroup. What we're here to talk about is the Backlist Readathon. So I have completed the Backlist Readathon. Hold on, I'm going to put this on hold and go find all the books, and so I can do a quick summary of everything I have read. Okay, guys, so I'm back, and I've got all my books, and here is a wrap-up of my Backlist Readathon. So first I attempted Homegoing by Yagasi for my most intimidating, and like I said, I DNF'd this because I just could not get into it and just not in the right headspace for it right now. So instead of that, I did Quentin's by Maeve Binchy, and this one fits that challenge because I've had her on my shelves for a long time, and her books are very hit and miss for me. So that was that. And then I read For Blue on the Cover, The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen, and this one was pretty good. And then let's see, what else did I do? For Diverse, I read Lucky Man by Michael J. Fox, and this is his story about his struggle with Parkinson's disease. So I learned a lot about Parkinson's disease and a disability that I didn't know a whole lot about before, so that was good. And then for recommended by others and most excited, I did It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Loved this, so I was excited, and other people were recommending it for good reason. So those those 4 really met all the challenges. Homegoing obviously doesn't count. So those 4 met the challenges. But then I also was excited to, this one also, shortest book is Braving the Wilderness by Brene Brown. So those 5, Braving the Wilderness, It Ends With Us, Lucky Man, The Wife Between Us, and Quentin's. Those 5 meet all the challenges. So then to replace, let's say, make a 6th book or whatever, I finished the Core Carmack series. So I did Faking It and Finding It, and that finished the series. I'm going to finish Seeking Her, or Seeking, I think it's Seeking Her, and that will round out that series completely with the novellas. And so that is a wrap up. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books plus a novella. Hey guys, so we are at Walmart doing a Walmart grocery pickup, and every single stall is full. So we just sat in the back and kind of creeped on people until one opened up. So now we just got a stall, but there's 12 bays and they're all full. So we'll probably be here a minute. So thank goodness I have Seeking Her on my phone. So I'm going to read that for a few minutes and try to get at least a couple pages into that. I'm about 50%, maybe 60% of the way through it. So I'll for sure finish it today. And I just will keep chucking away at it while we wait for our groceries. So talk to you later. Hey guys, so I'm sitting in the back with my daughter because we have been here almost an hour. We're still at Walmart waiting for our groceries. And so thinking this saved time, it doesn't, but I guess we're all still safe and self-quarantine. So we're still in the car, but I just finished Seeking Her by Core Carmack, and I'm going to give it 3 stars. It was just Hunt's perspective of what happened in finding her. And there was one night where Kelsey was kind of like blackout. She got drugged, I think. And so we get his perspective because he was sober. So we kind of know a little more what happened that night. So that was interesting. And that's where it ended. So yeah, 3 stars, just a little novella. So that series is done. And now I'm without a book, and so I really hope our pickup window is between 12 and 1, and we got here about 12:15, and it's 1:10 right now. So hopefully they'll come soon, and then we'll go home and eat some lunch, and then I'll probably finish Great with Child. So we'll talk to you later. Guys, so it's about 4:45 on Sunday, and I'm sitting here in full pregnancy blob mode. I'm just kind of tired, kind of spacey, and just not really feeling like doing anything. So I just finished Great with Child, Letters to a Young Mother, and I really like this book. I'm going to give it 4 stars because it's just all these letters from one woman to another, from a woman who has a child to a woman who's expecting a child. Both are in childbearing years, and so it's not preachy. It's not like, this is what you should do. It's not a know-it-all perspective. It's just like, hey, here's my experience, so you don't feel alone in all of the weird things that come with pregnancy, whether it be your marriage, your cravings, your body image. Like, it's just it was very refreshing to read. So I'm giving this 4 stars, and with that, I completed my goal that I set yesterday, and I didn't think I would. I finished the rest of the Core Carmack series, including the novella and this book. So as of now, I have absolutely 0 going. So I'm going to stop the vlog here. If you participated in the Backlist Readathon, let me know. How did it go for you? Did you get a lot of stuff off your physical TBR, or did you just read older titles? What was the best read? What was the least good read, I guess is what I'll say. And how did you get along with the most intimidating challenge? Like, did that throw you for as much of a loop as it did for me? But if you didn't do this readathon, just let me know how your reading week has gone. If you've read any of the books I've read, anything, just chat with me below. So we'll talk to you later, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great week. If you're quarantined or if you're self-quarantining, be safe, wash your hands, do what you got to do. If you are struggling with this, I'm praying for you, and we will talk next week. Bye.